So I'm having a chat with Lola Lennox. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Yeah, not too bad. Thanks so much. So you have been busy quite recently releasing new music with a new EP and a single that we've been playing called Dreamer. Tell us a little bit about the single, first of all.
So the Dreamer single is written really about the dreams that I had when I was a child. I was looking into my future thinking, like, who am I going to be and what am I going to do? And then when I wrote the song, it's kind of with the hindsight of, like, those dreams took me to these different places in my life, and I didn't know, like, the highs that I'd have and the struggles that I'd also have. It's been a path of ups and downs, and you know, I kind of say, and I dream and I dream. So it's like, keep on dreaming, keep on pushing for the things that you want and love.
Yeah, fantastic. And I'm sure one of those dreams was to release your debut EP. Tell us a little bit about it.
So the Dreamer EP, well, firstly, it's really nice to release a collection of songs because it's my debut EP and all of the songs so far were singles. So it kind of gives us more of an insight into me and my world, and it's been really lovely hearing people listening to it and enjoying it. And the word Dreamer, I thought it was a good way of capturing the EP as a whole as well as it being the single title, because none of the songs that I've written, or maybe no songs that have ever been written, wouldn't have started without having a dream, like, or just writing a song. You have like a whisper of a song calling you, and it all kind of starts out in your imagination. So I thought Dream is a good title for the EP.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've been kind of around in the music world for a number of years now. How come it took so long to release an EP?
Yeah, so I started writing when I was in a teenager, and I was living in London trying to get in the studio, and then I moved to, I went to LA and started meeting with other writers there, and it was a longer process than I would have anticipated. Like, I loved the writing, and I kind of purposefully wanted to not release until I felt ready and really get a collection of songs together that felt like a good reflection of me. And you know that, like, 10,000 hours thing of, like, you got to write a lot and dedicate yourself to a craft before you get to a place maybe that feels like adequate of sharing. And also, you know, part of the thing I'm talking about in the song Dreamer is the ups and downs. There was a lot of time that I was really pushing and working hard trying to get my music out there, and it was a struggle. You know, the business side of music is a whole different thing to being creative, and it took a lot more time than I would have wanted it to.
Yeah, I can well imagine. And have you written more than what you've released so far? And what happens with these tracks now? Do you consider them for the future? Do you sit on them? Do you kind of chuck them away and start again? What happens now?
Well, now that the EP's out, I'm looking forward to getting back into the studio and writing more. I've got a notebook filled with song ideas, and now it's just about getting them down and finishing them and seeing what comes out. I'm hoping it would be amazing to write an album next, but I'm also not labeling it too much. I just want to get creative and see what comes out with the music.
Yeah, absolutely. And people will want to see you live. What's your plans for this year and touring and playing live? What's your plans?
Yeah, I can't wait to perform these songs live. You know, with the pandemic, I was releasing music, and it felt kind of surreal that these songs were getting released and people were listening to them, but I couldn't perform them. So I'm really looking forward to coming to the UK and performing them. I don't have any dates set in stone just as yet, but I have every intention to do that.
Good, excellent. And you have already played the UK this year with Roger Daltrey, Richard Ashcroft, and everyone at the Royal Albert Hall. How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. It was supporting the Teenage Cancer Trust, so to support them in this amazing charity really meant a lot to me, because they do incredible things for young people with cancer. And then, of course, the Royal Albert Hall was just like, I couldn't believe it. As I stepped onto the stage and looked around the room, it felt like such a dream come true.
Yeah, I can well imagine. And I'd like to talk a little bit about your writing process. How do tracks tend to start off for you? Do lyrics come first? Do melodies come first? How do tracks tend to start for you?
For me, melody always comes first, but the melody will inform the lyrics, because in the melody I'll have like vowel sounds or words, certain words will come out, and they kind of are like trigger points of, okay, this could be this word, and then it's kind of like piecing together a jigsaw puzzle. But typically I'll sit down at the piano and kind of hum some melodies out. Sometimes I write with other people. So it totally varies depending on the song.
Yeah, and once you've kind of got your ideas and demo kind of done, how does it then go from that demo stage to a finished article once you step foot into the studio?
Yeah, so fleshing out the production is really like the nitty gritty part because there's so many layers to it. So I actually started working during the pandemic. I was in a bubble with my boyfriend and my mum, and I knew I needed to get my songs finished, and I was like, I don't know how to do it. Everyone's distant. And we were like, should we just try together? So we had a little home studio set up, and we worked as a little team, and it was a really amazing experience getting to kind of know them in a more creative way, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And obviously, touching on your mum being Annie Lennox, how much of an influence has she had, kind of maybe pushing you into the music industry, or has she just let you do what you want to do?
Yeah, she's always been like very spacious and allowed me to kind of lead my decisions in my life, but whilst being very supportive. I think she saw that I had a passion for music from a young age, and obviously I was exposed to a lot of music making and seeing ideas come to life with albums and performances. But she's always been really supportive and kind and I'm just happy that I do something that gives me such purpose.
Mm. Yeah, excellent. Well, Lola, it's been a pleasure having a catch-up with you.
You too. Thank you for having me on.